welcome back to my channel where I want to help you know God and make Him known. I am Laura Crocus, and my husband and I are on staff with Master Plan Ministries, and we have 6 kids who I homeschool. We use CC, Classical Conversations, and the science this semester that we are doing is just so fascinating on how it points us to God, and so I just really want to talk about it because I just want to bring it back to what science, what God created, it talks about in Romans 1:20, reveals about Him, His divine nature, His eternal attributes through what He has made. Okay, so the first experiment that we're doing is Spoon Bell, and it basically, it's coming from the Van Cleves experiment book, but basically the purpose is to determine what makes sound loud or soft. And it's a neat experiment where you put strings in your ears and you hold them in there, and then the spoon is tied down below, and then you tap the spoon on a table and you can hear the vibrations. And so basically it teaches us that sound is a wave, and the bigger the sound, the bigger the wave, and our brain does the translation into our head of helping us understand sound based on the wave. Okay, so if you think about a pond and throwing a little pebble in a pond, if you throw a little pebble, there's little waves, right? And there is, the extent is not very far. But if you throw a huge rock into a pond, then the waves are going to go a lot further and the waves are a lot bigger. And so it's talking about vibration. But basically what this is reminds me of is in 1 Corinthians that talks about love. You know, the 1 Corinthians 13 talks about the love chapter. And if we don't have love, we are like a clanging cymbal. And it's this loud vibration, obnoxious apart from an orchestra, beautiful music with it. It's just obnoxious, right? And that's how we are. If we can, tell people the truth and be, all truth, without grace or without love, then it's just like, stop, right? And so as we go about our lives, we want to, and we're learning about the different vibrations, the impact that we can make and have it ripple through eternity is when we bring grace and truth together. When we speak the truth, but we do it with love. And when we love people in that way, in a well-rounded way, the ripples continue. And it's not a clanging sound. It's a beautiful noise. So that is a neat illustration for our need for loving people. And vibration shows us that. Okay, so continuing in talking about vibration, we also do the experiment humming glass, where we have a glass and run your finger along the edge of the top of it. And basically what's happening is the glass molecules bump into each other as our finger runs around the edge of it. And as we rub the edge, a vibration wave is created. And then it bumps more and more molecules down the line. Eventually, those molecules hit the air around it, and sound wave is created. So that's what's going on. But that can be compared to friction, that the friction is what is creating the sound wave. And in our life, friction can exist between us and other people, and the way we react, if it's not loving, but instead if it's harsh words or just lashing out in response to maybe something said to us, then it just creates more friction, and it's like a loud clanging cymbal. However, once you stick your finger in vinegar and wash that off, then it's a really smooth surface, and it washes it away, and it kind of dissolves the conflict and results in beautiful harmony. So really, when we turn to Jesus, when there is conflict or when our heart is restless and there's like just friction in our own heart, we can turn to God and say, God, I need you. Would you live your life through me? Because it's only by the fruit of the Spirit, not by us trying real hard, but the fruit of the Spirit, that we get to see love patience, kindness, goodness, gentleness, faithfulness, self-control. Those things come out of us, spilling onto the other people around us. So these are some just neat illustrations I think that we can see from friction and vibration and sound waves, and how God set such really neat scientific concepts up for us to see that we can make ripples that, that last into eternity, and we can actually cause friction and have friction, but there is a result of turning to Jesus. All right, thanks for your time, and I hope that you have grown to love God more. All right, bye-bye.